What's up, my friends? Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to serve anyone who's looking to level up from the current situation. This show is dedicated to helping raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts out there, those who want more out of life, those who want to do more, those who want to be more, those who love the thrill, the joy, and the connection of what these high-performance engines bring into our lives. Because holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good fucking person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Man, today we're going to be talking about several tips that you can use so that you can become a true gentleman, like a fucking man, a gentleman, one who has a strong character and a man who people actually look up to. Not like some little phony fucking guy with a weak spine and a weak back and no character and fuck that shit. We're here to make a difference. We're here to break the stereotype. We're here to fucking set the example and lead by example. So if you want to be a gentleman, if that is being strong for you, then this episode is for you, my friends. Because we're all after personal excellence. Like if you're after becoming the best version of yourself, then it's essential really to realize that having a solid fucking character and holding a high standard of integrity for yourself are non-negotiables. They really are. And so having a solid character is the foundation of trust. When people know that you have a strong character, they trust you more easily. And trust is essential in all areas of our lives, including in our personal relationships, including our professional endeavors. And if you want to have some type of involvement in community, it definitely is important in that area too. A strong character provides you with a moral compass that guides you to make the right decisions even in the most difficult situations. Like it ensures that your actions, that they align with your values and they create harmony between your intentions and your behaviors. Like people with a strong character are more resilient to face the challenges up ahead. Like they remain consistent with their actions and with their decisions, which as a result gives a presence of being more reliable and more dependable. My friends, integrity is critical for building and maintaining trust with others. It's a fucking key fact right there. When you are known for your integrity, people have confidence in your words and in your actions because they know that you can be counted on. Like integrity assures that you act ethically in all situations, which is really crucial for your long-term success. Like it helps you avoid these shortcuts, and most definitely it enables you to prevent unethical behaviors that can lead you to have some little bit of short-term gains, but long-term losses. Many people don't realize it and don't correlate the two. They want to do, no one will notice. And they fucking do something to get ahead right now, but they don't realize how damaging that could be towards their long-term success. Integrity involves taking responsibility for your actions and even admitting when you're fucking wrong and when you make a mistake. And then when that does happen, making things right. Like having this accountability with yourself, it strengthens your character and it earns the respect of those around you. So having a strong character and a high standard of integrity are traits that you must have in order to be a true fucking gentleman, my friends. But what is a gentleman, right? A gentleman is not just about like the manners. It really isn't. Like it's more than that. A true gentleman is about having a strong character and integrity, which we kind of just went over, and having respect for others, for everyone around them. Like it's how you are, it's how you act, and it's your way of being when everyone around you. It's the way you are when no one is looking at you. It's the way you are all the time. Like I like to envision it like if I had a camera on me 24/7, how are you gonna act if you had that camera on you? Well, remove that camera and fucking act that way all the time. Have high integrity, have high character, be a fucking gentleman. It's like when you think of The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, man, I can't help but think that dude has 1,000% solid character, solid integrity. He's a fucking solid gentleman in my eyes. Like he has integrity, which means that he's being honest and he has a strong moral principles. He has respect, which means that he's treating everyone with dignity and values their perspectives. And he has compassion, which means that he shows empathy and concern for others, for those around him. Like I truly aspire to be like that fucking guy right there. Fucking true OG right there. And he's from Miami. Fucking swole as fuck, dude, man. The Rock is a gangster, bro. And so I'm going to repeat it because I want you to notice the patterns. Like, integrity is important because it builds trust and it forms the foundation of good relationships, my friends. Like, you want to always tell the truth, even when it's difficult. You want to keep your promises and your commitments, even when it's not convenient. And you want to be accountable for your actions and willing to admit when you are wrong. Like, I remember this one time in my career when I was running a high-rise project, and one of the subcontractors had a lot of issues on their job, and he was offering me a pretty fucking large lump sum of cash just so that I could make all his issues go away, man. And at the time, like, I was going through some financial hardships myself. And so that deal seemed really enticing because it would immediately solve a lot of my problems. But man, like, my mother taught me this, like, always listen to your heart because your heart doesn't lie. And that deal, man, it just felt wrong in every single way. And so, of course, I turned it down and I kept my integrity solid, not only with my employer, but with my entire project team. Like, how would that fucking look like? Like, fuck that shit. And so this is crazy how it turned out. After a couple months later, like, this subcontractor got into some financial hardships of his own. And then what happens is that he ended up going into litigation. And then through that litigation process, all of his side dealings ended up coming up to light. And if I would have taken his offer, I would have been deep into that fucking mess too. And for sure I would have lost my job, bro. So know that choosing what is right, short term, is always the right move, my friends. Like, it really is. Choose the right way. Choose what is right. Choose what your heart tells you is the right move. And you can't go wrong with that. Like, respect in everyday life is about listening to and valuing other people's opinions, even when you disagree with them. Like, you want to listen actively and you want to listen without interrupting them. Like, you want to listen to be able to understand them, not just to be able to respond. Like, so many people are conversations, and I've been guilty of this in the past, and I've been really working on being intentional with this, and my meditation has really helped me be more present. They start talking to you and you immediately want to interrupt, I want to respond but you're not really understanding what they're saying. And so what you want to do is you want to listen to understand, pause, take it in, and then respond. You're going to see how much deeper those conversations are for you. Like, you want to be able to use polite language and manners in all your interactions. Like, I know I curse a little bit on here, and that's just who I am. And I do that because I want you to know the real me. This is how I am in real life. I want you, if you've never met me before, if you run into me in the street and you start talking to me, a curse word might slip here and there. And I want you to be like, man, that guy's exactly how he is on camera, how he is on social media. Like, that, Randy's a fucking solid dude. He don't change. And so that's exactly why I fucking curse here. I don't want to change who I am. And so you want to be able to also show appreciation and gratitude for the people that you're dealing with. Like, I always try my hardest to give everyone respect. Like, that's just genuinely how I was raised. My mother just raised me that way. Like, my mom really just taught me to treat the lowest person on the food chain with the same respect that you would treat the fucking highest person in the food chain. Like, to me, that shit is already like second nature, and I do it without thinking about it anymore. And the reason I said it is because I remember this one time when we're at a job site and one of my coworkers was treating this guy outside like he was being like a total fucking douchebag, bro. Like, totally unnecessary. And the guy, I get it. The guy was underdressed. The guy wasn't dressed for a construction site. He was like in shorts. He was like flip-flops, I think. And he didn't really seem to be part of any of the organizations that we were dealing with at the time, right? And so I started noticing that what was happening, and I was like, fuck, let me go step in there. Let me kind of soothe off this situation. Because, I mean, bro, he was being a total douchebag. There was just no need to take it to that level. And so I stepped in and I did my best to really diffuse this situation so that to give the man the respect that anyone else would deserve, right? Just because he might be not dressed appropriately for that situation doesn't mean you got to be a douchebag. Doesn't mean you got to be a dick. Everyone needs to be treated with respect. And so what ended up happening was fucking, bro, funny. Like, it wasn't funny because of the situation, but it's just funny how it ended up turning out. That fucking guy ended up working for one of the owners of the project they were dealing with. And he was dressed that way because he had just flown in from out of town, and he didn't think that he was going to make it on time to visit the project before we had left. But he did, like, even though he did. And so he didn't say anything at the time when that happened. When I stepped in and tried to defuse the situation, he was just like, all right, whatever. And he walked away. He was, I guess, trying to be the bigger man about it. But the next day, literally, we're having a meeting and the guy walks in and we're like, holy shit. I look at my coworker and his eyes are like lit up, huge, man. And then right away internally, I was like, man, wow, ain't that a bitch, huh? Talk about karma for your ass, man. And then had the meeting, and I remember at the end, towards the end of the meeting, like everyone was walking out, and he pulled me aside and he was like, hey, Randy, let me talk to you for a second. And he really just kind of acknowledged his appreciation of how I handled and how I reacted to the situation, even though I wasn't there. And I stepped in to kind of soothe the situation, just give the man the respect that he deserved. Um, and that he was going to really just talk to our superiors and give in the good word to upper management, and that we needed more men like me, and like that really made me feel good. And then the lesson here really was just that you always want to treat others with the same respect that you'd like someone to treat you with. It's just really what it boils down to. Like, and besides, like, not that even that it should matter, but you just never know who's who these days. So just fucking be a true gentleman. Be the leader, the people who look up to. Be the fucking man who does things not just because people are looking at him, but because that's just the way you are. Like, and so compassion matters because it strengthens our relationships and it really develops a supportive community around us. Like, you want to be able to practice empathy by putting yourself in other people's shoes, similar with that scenario I just mentioned. Like, you want to be able to give your time to help those who need it the most. Like, and you want to be patient and understanding when you react and when you interact with people, more should I say, because we're all going through something. Like, someone might react to you in a certain situation and you don't know what they're going through. You don't know, maybe they're having some fucking hard times at their house. Maybe they're going through some turmoil with their relationship, with their marriage. Maybe they had a rough day at work. You never know what's going on. So you want to always just be patient with people and try to be understanding and just try to come from a place of love from your heart, man. Like, just because many of us don't express it doesn't mean that a lot of us aren't dealing with hard situations in our lives. Don't be a fucking dick. Like, be willing to look at things from others' perspectives. Like, there's always more than one side to the story. I've learned that time and time again, and it has never done me wrong. Like, if you're able to pull yourself out of the situation and look at it from different perspectives, you'll be a better man, you'll be a better leader, and people will fucking look up to you for that, right? And so, and then also, you've heard this saying, I don't know if you have it, and if you haven't, or if you haven't, well, here it goes. Like, if talking kindly to flowers, it helps them grow, it really does. Look up the videos on it. Imagine what speaking kindly to humans can do for our society, man. A true gentleman does things consistently. He doesn't need people to be watching him or doing it because someone is going to notice. Like, he does things because that's just who he is at his fucking core. He is consistent with his actions. And he does things every day. And not just when he wants to make some fucking an impression on someone, or, oh, let me do something nice today. No, bro, that's just who you fucking are. Like, he dresses on point for every situation. He's punctual. He respects others people's time. And he really just maintains a positive attitude and becomes a source of encouragement for those around him. Like, be willing to say please and thank you. Be willing to say yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, or no, ma'am, and no, sir. Like, be willing to hold the door open for strangers. Like, be willing to smile when other people walk by you with a frown. Because, like I said, you never know what people are going through. And that smile might be the thing that they need to really turn their day around. Like, be willing to say good morning, be willing to say good afternoon, or be willing even to say good evening as you're greeting people. Always fucking be generous. Always be kind. Like, be willing to do small acts of kindness on a consistent basis so that whoever is around you picks up on that vibe too, man. And that's really how we start making everything better. Because in order to make this world a better place, we must first take the initiative to make this world a better place, my friends. So remember, a true freaking gentleman, a man, a leader, someone that you look up to, someone who is admirable, holds these key traits. He has integrity, he has respect, he has compassion, and he has a solid set of daily habits. Bro, I'm encouraging you right now on this episode, right now, right after it ends, or pause this shit right now if you need to. Reflect on your own actions and really just make the commitment to yourself that you're going to embody some of these key traits so that you can start living a better life, so that you can start being a better man, so that you can start being a better leader, so that you can start being a better person, and we can start making this world a better place. Because 1% better every day truly goes a long way, my friends. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground, and I'm calling all the motorsport enthusiasts out there who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back, and let's prove to the world that we're truly some badass motherfuckers. Those of you who made it to the end of the episode, I want to say that I truly appreciate your time, man, and that you got yourself a fucking win. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others improve is the mission that God has tasked us with. We are driven individuals. We are working on breaking the fucking stereotype, and we're working on becoming the best that we can be. Join me on this journey where we help as many motorsport enthusiasts as possible to create the best lives that we can imagine. My friends, and by any chance, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so that you never miss another episode. You can follow me on my Instagram, handle is Wide Open Randy, and if you felt any connection to today's message, I sincerely ask that you please share this on your stories, because those are the actions that get more people to see and hear about this podcast. And ultimately, those are the actions that help us spread the message. And those are the actions that can get more gentlemen to be out in this world. I'll catch up with you guys on the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friends. Peace.